okay, we can't fight off these precancer cells. It can't make sure that your arteries don't harden, can't make sure that your blood sugar doesn't go up too much. We just got to digest this big thing that you just gave us, right? So instead of doing all the normal upkeep to keep you healthy, the body has to focus on trying to digest this big meal.
There should still be some balance, whether you are the host or you're attending somebody else's party. There can be some swaps made maybe in some of these dishes so that it's not all disastrous.
Absolutely. I think there's healthier choices that we can make in all the meals, mashed potatoes or a rice dish. Maybe you just have a couple spoonfuls of that, but instead, have more green beans, less starchy vegetables like broccoli or bok choy or Brussels sprouts, right? There's a lot of different broccolini dishes, right? There's things that you can do that can be very tasty and flavorful without like starch.
Well, and there are so many ways too that whether you're making the meal or bringing it, that you can also incorporate like those leafy greens. A salad might not be the most popular thing, but we can add a lot of things to a salad to make it look festive this time of year. You can add walnuts, you can add cranberries, and at least you've still got salad.
A lot of times we focus on what not to eat, but we should also be really looking at where to eat and actually what we should add, right? So adding the good stuff like the leafy greens, the bowl of berries as part of the food that you eat, and again, making that a priority, I think is also important.
I think it's probably popular for some people to, they know they're going to a party, they know that there's going to be richer foods there. So I'm just going to wait all day long, save up all of my calories. That's one thing. But then also, once you get there, there are ways that you can choose not to, go for the seconds, the thirds, and fill yourself so that you're not just at the brim, but you're overflowing.
In fact, in places around the world where there's long-lived cultures, places like the blue zones that have been written about, one of them being in Okinawa, Japan, they have a saying called hara hachibu. And hara hachibu basically means that to stop eating when you're 80% full. And so not eating all the way to 100% full, but 80% full. Or to understand it differently, eating until you're no longer hungry. And part of that is to eat slow enough so that when you get to the point, about 20 minutes or so, when your brain is getting the signal that you're full, you're already done. You don't need to keep eating, right? And sometimes we eat too quickly, too much before we have the signal. So if we think about just eating until 80% full, that's actually a characteristic of having a long and really healthy and fruitful life, as taught to us by the Okinawans. And that's something that we can think about in these settings. Again, savor the flavors, savor the taste,